Okay, sir. Which row correctly describes the reactions of calcium and strontium with water? Substance reduced, substance oxidized, more vigorous reaction. Calcium and strontium with water. Substance reduced, substance oxidized, more vigorous reaction. Activity decreases down the group. Substance reduced. Substance reduced would be water. Substance oxidized, calcium or strontium, and more vigorous reaction. Activity decreases down the group. So calcium, C.
What if I tell you reactivity increases down the group?
Then D.
And D is correct. Reactivity increases down the group for metals. It decreases down the group for non-metals.
Increases.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
23.
Table gives information about calcium carbonate and calcium hydroxide, which was correct. Calcium carbonate is more soluble than calcium hydroxide. Calcium hydroxide can be manufactured using calcium carbonate as a starting material. Calcium hydroxide can be manufactured using calcium carbonate as a starting material. I think yes. And calcium carbonate is more soluble than calcium hydroxide. Hydroxide's solubility increases solubility. Carbonate, calcium hydroxide. Calcium carbonate is more soluble. Carbonate more soluble. I think no. B.
B is in boy.
Yes.
That is correct. Now, all carbonates are insoluble except sodium, potassium, and ammonium. And since we're talking about calcium, so calcium carbonate is not more soluble. So definitely among A and B. That's why B is correct. Okay, moving on. 24.
Why does barium react more rapidly with cold water than magnesium does? Barium atoms are larger and form ions more easily than magnesium atoms. Why does barium react more rapidly with cold water than magnesium does? Barium flows on the surface of the water, but magnesium sinks in the water. Barium hydroxide is less soluble than magnesium hydroxide. The sum of first and second ionization energies of barium is more than that for magnesium. Hydroxide increases the magnesium. Barium hydroxide is more soluble than magnesium hydroxide. So sea level. Barium flows on the surface of the water, but magnesium sinks in the water. I don't think so. Sum of the first and second ionization energies of barium is more than that for magnesium. Ionization energy decreases down the road. So this is more like A. I think A.
Yes, A. A is the best possible choice because B is not the cause of it, but the effect of it. C has nothing to do with the question. D is totally wrong because first and second ionization energy of barium would be less than that of magnesium. So A is the right answer. Okay, 25.
Z. Z is an anhydrous compound of group 2 element. When it is heated, Z undergoes thermal decomposition to produce two different gases. Z has relatively low thermal stability compared to other group 2 compounds containing the same anion as Z. What is the compound C? When it is heated, it undergoes thermal decomposition and produces two different gases. Okay, and it has low thermal stability compared to electrons. Magnesium nitrate and magnesium exists not because of boundary nitrate, magnesium oxide, and then nitrogen dioxide. Yes, of the magnesium carbonate however, it has it undergoes a different carbonate, magnesium carbon oxide plus carbon dioxide. It has low thermal stability compared to the electrical bonds containing the same anion as C. Thermal stability no increases out of it. So magnesium so it's either magnesium carbonate or magnesium nitrate.
Which one among these produce two different gases?
Nitrogen dioxide and what's it? Magnesium oxide. Um, two different gases. I think D.
D, right. Nitrate can produce two different gases. Carbonate definitely produces only one gas, carbon dioxide. Nitrate produces nitrogen dioxide along with that oxygen in terms of gases. So yeah, as soon as we see two different gases, it's definitely a nitrate. So it's either B or D. Since we're talking about low thermal stability, and for nitrates, as we do go down the group, thermal stability increases. So something on top in terms of elements will have a low thermal stability. So definitely D, magnesium nitrate. Makes sense?
Yes. Yes.
Plus, since the nitrate equations are given below, so that definitely answers the next question. अब तो मैं आपको ऑलरेडी बता चुका हूँ कि नाइट्रेट गिव्स यू नाइट्रोजन डाइऑक्साइड एंड ऑक्सीजन, तो 26 करने का कोई फायदा नहीं. आप 1 मिनट में बता दें कि आप ऑप्शन सी करेक्ट है, एंड ऑप्शन सी
Yes.
इज करेक्ट. ठीक है. So it gives you the idea that 2 moles of nitrate gives you 2 moles of salt along with 4 moles of nitrogen dioxide and 1 mole of oxygen. 27 पर आते हैं. 27 पर आते हैं. ये easy तो है लेकिन let's just practice it.
Okay, sir. Which row of the table gives correct comparisons between solubilities of calcium and barium hydroxides and thermal stabilities of calcium and barium carbonate? Solubility, thermal stability, calcium hydroxide, calcium carbonate. Solubility of calcium hydroxide is lower than barium hydroxide. So A or B तो नहीं हो सकते.
Good.
And then the thermal stability of calcium carbonate is also lower than that of barium. So D.
D. Perfect. Next one.
Steam is passed over heated magnesium to give compound J and hydrogen. What is not a property of compound J? Steam is passed over heated magnesium to give compound and hydrogen. It has an MR of 40.3. It is basic. It is a white solid. It is very soluble in water. Steam, magnesium, steam basura mixture of magnesium hydroxide and water. Magnesium hydroxide form होगा, right?
नहीं बेटा, steam है,
Yeah.
water नहीं है.
Okay.
Magnesium
Magnesium oxide.
hydroxide is formed when cold water reacts with magnesium However, magnesium oxide is formed when steam reacts with it. So we're talking about magnesium oxide.
Magnesium oxide is sparingly soluble in water. So I think option D is not correct.
Option D. Right. Option D is the correct choice, but the statement is wrong.
Yes, sir.
Okay, moving on. ये जरूर याद रखना है, ये पास्ट पेपर्स में आपको काफी जगह पर मिलेगा. MCQs as well as in theory that magnesium reacts differently with steam and with cold water. In both cases, we do produce hydrogen, but magnesium hydroxide is produced with cold water and magnesium oxide is produced with steam. Okay, 29.
X and Y are both krypton metals. X and Y both form hydroxide compounds, but XOH2 is more soluble in water than YOH2. If a piece of metal Y is put into cold water, a very slow reaction occurs, and only a very few small hydrogen bubbles can be seen. What could be the identities? कोल्ड वाटर के साथ मैग्नीशियम का स्लो रिएक्शन होता है. So I think A.
A is the right choice. Next.
In some areas, lime is added to soil to improve
Too easy,
crop growth.
right?
Which, yes.
Okay, let's skip 30. Let's look at 31. Although that's easy, but we should practice 31. Go ahead.
Which property decreases on descending group 2? Radius of the cation, it increases. Reactivity of element with water, it increases. Fluid. Reactivity increases down the road. Shielding of outermost electrons. Shielding of outermost electrons जो है वो भी increase होता है. The ease of thermal decomposition of the carbonates. This decreases. Thermal decomposition decreases. D.
D, right. Moving on. 32. Yeah, go ahead with 32.
X is a group 2 metal. The carbonate of X decomposes when heated in a Bunsen flame to get carbon dioxide and a white solid residue as the only products. The white solid residue is sparingly soluble in water. Even when large amounts of the solid residue are added to water, the pH of the saturated solution is less than that of lime water. What could be the identity of X? The carbonate of X decomposes when heated in a Bunsen flame to give carbonate of X decomposes to give carbon dioxide and a white solid residue as the only products. The white solid residue is sparingly soluble in water. Sparingly soluble in water magnesium होता है. Even when large amounts of solid residue are added to water, the pH of the saturated solution is less than that of fluid. Since it's sparingly soluble in water, I think it's magnesium. A.
You're right. Number 33.
Rat poisoning needs to be insoluble in rainwater but soluble at the low pH of stomach contents. What is a suitable barium compound to use for rat poisoning? Needs to be insoluble in rainwater but soluble at low pH of stomach contents. C. The barium hydroxide.
Is soluble in water.
Yes. Barium sulfate is insoluble. And barium carbonate is also insoluble. D.
Is barium sulfate alkaline in nature? To be dissolved in low pH of stomach contents? Because, of course, for acidic stomach contents, we need, of course, that's hinting towards low pH. We need something alkaline, and only A and C is alkaline. If C is not the answer, A is. B and D were totally out of the question because of the low pH of stomach contents. B तो वैसे नहीं हो
Yes, sir.
सकता. Barium chloride is soluble in all cases, but we need to react it with the low pH of stomach. So barium chloride नहीं हो सकता, barium sulfate नहीं हो सकता, barium hydroxide rain water में soluble हो जाएगा. The only possible choice is barium carbonate.
Yes,
ठीक है?
sir.
34.
Due to their similar ionic radii, the reactions of lithium and magnesium and their corresponding compounds are very similar. Which statement about the reactions of lithium or its compound can be predicted from the statement? Lithium burns slowly in oxygen. Lithium carbonate decomposes on heating in a blue Bunsen burner flame, forming lithium oxide and carbon dioxide. Lithium nitrate decomposes on heating, forming lithium nitride and oxygen. Lithium reacts very violently with cold water, liberating hydrogen. Features of lithium and magnesium with the corresponding compounds are very similar. They slowly in oxygen. Compounds very slowly in oxygen. ये तो नहीं है. Which statement can be predicted from this statement? Similar ionic radii and the corresponding compounds. Lithium carbonate decomposes on heating in a blue Bunsen burner flame, forming lithium oxide and carbon dioxide. Lithium nitrate decomposes on heating, forming lithium nitride and oxygen. Lithium reacts very violently with cold water. B. Ball.
B. Right. Very good. Because you've clearly indicated that A is not correct. So is C, so is D, so B is the only right choice. If you remember flame colors, 35 is too easy. A is the obvious choice. Apple green is the color for barium. So let's move on to 36, which is again flames and how would they react. But let's go with it since we're comparing two different elements.
Okay, sir. Pieces of calcium and magnesium are reacted separately with cold water. Pieces of calcium and magnesium are also burned separately with oxygen.
फ्लेम कलर याद था ना बेरियम का? तो चले ये भी याद ना हो, मैं भी बता दिया.
नहीं, sir.
Okay, good. Let's continue.
Which here correctly describes the observations from these reactions? Calcium with cold water, magnesium with cold water. Calcium would be rapid bubbling, slow bubbling, calcium with oxygen, and magnesium with oxygen. Calcium with oxygen जो होगा वो मैग्नीशियम का तो व्हाइट होगा, तो कैल्शियम का रेड होगा, फिर तो ए.
A, right. Okay. Sorry. 37.
Which statement about the oxides and hydroxides of group 2 elements are correct? Magnesium, calcium, strontium. Each of the oxides reacts readily with water to form solution of pH 12 or above. Magnesium oxide is used as a furnace lining because it has a giant molecular structure and hence a high melting point. The hydroxides are produced directly by the thermal decomposition of the corresponding nitrates. The solubility of the hydroxide increases, solubility decreases standing of salts. D CB. And then solubility magnesium oxide is used as a furnace lining because it has a giant molecular structure. Magnesium oxide in a high melting point. Since it's an ionic compound, melting point high होगा. Giant molecular structure. Giant molecular I think molecular number because it's an ionic compound. So B भी गलत है. Each of the oxides reacts readily with water to form a solution of pH 12 or above. Magnesium oxide, calcium oxide, barium reacts readily with water. Um, I don't think so. The hydroxide are produced directly by the thermal decomposition of the corresponding nitrates. C तो गलत है. The solubility of hydroxide increases from magnesium hydroxide to barium hydroxide. Solubility of hydroxide increases. Yes. Yes, D.
जी, डी को आपने पहले गलत कर दिया था, but D was right all along. Good.
Sulfate बात हो रही है.
Okay. 38.
Group 2 nitrates undergo thermal
Too easy,
decomposition
right?
according to the following equation. Yes. Okay.
Yes, too easy. 39. Again, too easy. 39 पे बहुत आसान है. Since we are talking about repetitions, so they're becoming easier and easier. Let's go with 40.
40. Which substance cannot be a product of the thermal decomposition of hydrated magnesium nitrate? Will not be a product of thermal decomposition of hydrated magnesium nitrate. Oxygen होगा, magnesium oxide भी होगा, dinitrogen monoxide. A.
Good. But why did you not pick D?
D. Mr. Fruit. They said hydrated magnesium nitrate.
They said
That's why.
hydrated magnesium nitrate. Very good. What's the formula in terms of symbols for A?
A. Formula dinitrogen monoxide. 2NO.
What?
इसका
Di doesn't
dinitrogen
mean Di doesn't mean you are going to use it as a molar number. That still is an atomic number. मतलब number of atoms. Not 2NO, it's N2O. Means there are two nitrogen atoms and there is one oxygen atom. Dinitrogen monoxide is actually the formula for laughing gas that dentists commonly use, the famous laughing gas. Well, moving on. Flame colors are too easy. Let's give 41. By the way, what's the answer to 41?
So she was burnt in oxygen. What color is the flame? Green नहीं है, red भी नहीं है, yellow?
Oh, come on. Yellow is for sodium.
No, white. Okay, white.
White is for magnesium. Green is for barium. Red is for strontium.
But calcium is also red.
Yeah, there is a difference between both reds. One of them is brick red and one of them is scarlet red, or what we also call crimson. But yeah, since we don't have any other option, the closest one is red.
Okay, sir.
Okay, because orange red and dark red would still be red. It can't be yellow. Okay, so yeah, 42. Let's go with 42.
A metal X reacts with water to produce a colorless solution which gives a white precipitate and mixed with aqueous sulfuric acid. What is metal X? Reacts with water to give a colorless solution. To give a colorless solution which gives a white precipitate and mixed with aqueous sulfuric acid. What is metal X? Reacts with water to produce a colorless solution. White precipitate when mixed with sulfuric acid. Barium plus H2O. Barium hydroxide is a white precipitate when mixed with sulfuric acid. H2SO4. Barium sulfate plus H2. It's a white precipitate. Magnesium sulfate, potassium sulfate, sodium sulfate. Barium sulfate is insoluble, so it would give a precipitate. A.
Yes, barium. Good. Because barium is going to then give barium hydroxide, which is soluble, and finally barium sulfate, which are white precipitate. Moving on, 43.
43. Which property increases in value going down with two? Electronegativity, ionic radius, maximum oxidation number, second ionization energy. Ionization energy decrease होती है. Maximum oxidation number, I don't think this was ionic radius, atomic radius increases, electronegativity. B.
P is in boy.
Yes.
Yes, that is correct. Atomic radii as well as ionic radii increases down group 2. So yeah, for 43, that is the right choice. Okay, let's move on. Yeah, that's a good one. 44.
Fourth ionization energy of magnesium, third ionization energy of barium. Reaction of magnesium with cold water, reaction of barium with cold water. Reaction of magnesium with cold water would be slower. Reaction of barium with cold water would be faster. So B or D?
But you need to choose one of them.
Yes. Fourth ionization energy of magnesium, fourth ionization energy of barium. Ionization energy decreases double. So magnesium and then barium. So magnesium ki higher and barium ki lower. A, B?
B, good. And right point to pick on. 45.
I think it will be 45.
45 ho gaya. Okay.
Yes, हमने पहले भी.
Yes, that's a repetition. This also seems easy. Let's not go with 46 either. 47. I think we have done this question, but a little bit differently. Okay, let's go with this one since this belongs to IGCSE. It works as a prerequisite. 47.
Which reagent, when mixed and heated with ammonium sulfate, liberates ammonia? When heated with ammonium sulfate. B or D? I think it's either B or D.
If I say both of them are incorrect, what would you pick? Either it's not an acid, it's not an oxidizing agent either. Yeah, IGCSE a question, it's just a repetition.
C.
C, right. Any ammonium salt, when reacts with an alkali, liberates ammonia gas. It was IGCSE chapter 5. Okay. 48. And you can see how many times this MCQ has been repeated over the years. Go ahead. This is actually a
When
good
a,
one.
when a mineral was heated in a Bunsen flame to constant mass, a colorless gas that turned lime water milky was involved. The remaining solid was cooled and then added to aqueous hydrochloric acid. Vigorous effervescence was seen. What was the mineral? Aragonite, bauxite, baryoctopus, calcite, dolomite. How are we supposed to figure this out? A colorless gas that turned lime water milky. Water milky कौन सी gas होती थी? Carbon dioxide?
Oh, that's too easy. Yeah, carbon dioxide. Okay, let's move on.
The remaining solid was cooled and then added to aqueous hydrochloric acid. Aqueous hydrochloric acid. The remaining solid was cooled and added to hydrochloric acid. Vigorous effervescence was seen. Stone lime water carbon dioxide something. Remaining solid was cooled and then added to aqueous hydrochloric acid. Vigorous effervescence was seen. Reactivity increases on the curve. So,
Good point.
इनमें बेरियम सबसे लो है, तो बेरियम की सबसे हाई reactivity होगी. Vigorous effervescence was seen. Compounds almost same. I think C.
Perfect thinking.
It's C.
Yeah, it is C. And because of the exact same reason you were thinking about, reactivity increases down the group. Barium oxide is supposed to be most reactive with vigorous working when reactive with an acid as compared to calcium or magnesium.
Yes.
49 is too easy. 50. 50 is also easy, but there's a trick. So 50.
The barium oxide, calcium oxide, magnesium oxide, and strontium oxide all produce alkaline solutions when added to water. Which oxide produces a saturated solution with the highest pH? All produce alkaline solution when added to water. Oxides reactivity. Oxides become more soluble down the road. So, which oxide produces a saturated solution with the highest pH? Solution with the highest pH. A.
A, very good. Now, among all of these, A and C were to produce saturated solutions, but the highest pH would be A, not D. Okay, B and C are not even close. So 51.
A 5-gram sample of an anhydrous group 2 metal nitrate loses 3.29 grams in mass when heated strongly. Which metal is present?
Since I've
Anhydrous.
already explained you in the recent last setting that how to work this one out, how ratios can help us work accordingly. So go ahead. You might probably already have the workings with you. If you have the old calculations with you, you can use them. That's not a problem.
Okay, so barium nitrate, calcium nitrate.
Are you making calculations?
Yes, sir.
What if I don't allow you to do any calculations on paper or on calculator? What if I allow you to make any two guesses out of this to be correct, based upon your very first instinct when you read the question?
Mm,
थोड़ा सा ऐसा मैथ्स करने की कोशिश करते हैं कि आपकी मेमोरी में ना थोड़ी सी एक दो हिंट्स ऐसे क्वेश्चन से अच्छी राइज हो जाएं, तो यू आर क्लोजर टुवर्ड्स योर आंसर्स instead of going with option A, B, C, D in a regular, more orthodox way, which I really don't believe in. Thinking out of the box always helps. So, which two options do you think are correct? The ones with the bigger masses, C or D, strontium or radium, or the ones with the smaller masses, A and B, magnesium and calcium?
um,
कोई कैलकुलेशंस ना करें, ना कैलकुलेटर देखें, ना कॉपी पुरानी वैल्यूज देखें, मेरी बात तो समझने की कोशिश करें और फिर एक आंसर करें.
I
Educated
think
guess,
small
wild guess. See, go ahead.
A या B.
Why? First of all, very good. Why?
It's correct.
Yeah, of course it is
Okay.
correct. That's why very good. Why?
Because 5 grams of something. I don't know. Let's come on. I think
Okay,
3.29
okay.
is a little bigger value. So उसका आंसर
Right.
छोटा आएगा.
3.29 is a bigger value, which means loss in mass, which actually happens due to a gas, which means gases के masses, nitrogen dioxide और oxygen के masses ज़्यादा हैं as compared to the oxide. ठीक है? अब अगर कोई बड़ा भारी एलिमेंट होता तो उसके ऑक्साइड का मास बड़ा होता, लॉस इन मास की वैल्यू बड़ी ना आती. लॉस इन मास की वैल्यू बड़ी आती है छोटे एलिमेंट्स के लिए और छोटी आती है बड़े एलिमेंट्स के लिए. You get the point?
Yes, sir.
So that's why we are heading for magnesium and calcium. Now go ahead. Now you know कि आपको C और D करना ही नहीं है, आपको सिर्फ A और B ट्राई करना है. Now go ahead with your calculations.
Yes,
देखिए
sir.
थोड़ा सा दिमाग का इस्तेमाल जो होता है ना, अभी हमने मैथ स्टार्ट ही नहीं किया है, ठीक है, लेकिन हमने मेंटली से लॉजिक के साथ कंपेयर किया एंड वी नो which two options we can hit. We can be wrong, we can be wrong, but practicing this method again and again would make you more accurate with your answers. You're going to get right after getting a few of them wrong, but then you'll understand slowly how to place logic correctly. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Good.
सर the steps are कि हमने MR find करनी है और फिर उसे divide करना है metal के MR से, right?
किसकी MR फाइंड करनी है?
MR of the magnesium nitrate and MR of calcium nitrate, और फिर divided by the MRs of magnesium and calcium.
नो ऑफ कोर्स नॉट, इक्वेशन के हिसाब से चलें।
Equation is magnesium nitrate decomposes to give us magnesium oxide, 4NO2 and O2.
2 moles of magnesium nitrate is going to give us 2 moles of magnesium oxide, 4 moles of nitrogen dioxide, and 1 mole of oxygen. Same goes for calcium. ठीक है, अगर मोलर
Yes,
वैल्यूज
sir.
रखनी है तो सबकी रखें, नहीं रखनी तो किसी की भी ना रखें। मतलब हाफ करनी है तो वो ऑफ कोर्स चेंज हो जाएगा। ठीक है, तो
Yes,
either
sir.
you can take the values of nitrates and nitrogen oxide and oxygen। अगर ऐसा करेंगे तो 5 और 3.29 की रेशियो जो होगी वो उनकी रेशियोज के बराबर होगी, क्योंकि लॉस इन मास की बात कर रहा है, लॉस इन मास गैसेस की वजह से आता है। So this 3.29 is equivalent to gases। तो अगर आप इसे डायरेक्टली करना चाहते हैं, 5 divided by 3.29 is equal to 2 moles of magnesium nitrate divided by 4 moles of nitrogen dioxide and 1 mole of oxygen। Yeah, 2 moles of calcium nitrate divided by 4 moles of nitrogen dioxide and 1 mole of oxygen। ठीक है, या तो आप नाइट्रेट्स करेंगे और गैसेस करेंगे तो 5 और 3.29 होगा। अगर आपने नाइट्रेट्स और ऑक्साइड्स करने हैं, ठीक है, तो 5 में से 3.29 को माइनस करके जो आंसर आएगा 5 को 3 से डिवाइड कर देंगे। 5 is divided by 1.71 in order to get the correct ratios of nitrates and oxides। Well, go with the first method, that's easier। Second method actually confuses most of the students, for what I have seen from my experience। तो 2 moles of any nitrate, जो भी मेटल है, compared or divided with the value of the total sum of 4 moles of nitrogen dioxide and 1 mole of oxygen
Okay, sir. 4 moles
should
of
be
nitrogen.
almost equal to the value that we get by dividing 5 over 3.29।
Okay, sir. 14.1, 16 into 2, 46.1 into 4, 184.4 plus 32, 216, 216, 216, इसके बाद 2 ratio 216 special 0.03. So after finding the MR of nitrogen dioxide and oxygen together, इसके बाद हमें क्या करना है?
उससे पहले करना था नाइट्रेट्स का एमआर फाइंड आउट कर रहे, 2 moles of that those nitrates MR मैं लिख देता हूँ so it becomes easier for you। Okay, so what we are doing is, just a second, so since the equation is, so for a metal nitrate MnO3 twice gives us 2MO plus it gives us 4NO2 plus it gives us O2। तो ये सारा, ठीक है, this ratio, this whole, ठीक है, should be equal to 5 ratio 3.29। ये आंसर्स और ये आंसर्स ऑलमोस्ट इक्वल आने चाहिए। Remember, I've used the molar numbers along with them। तो नाइट्रेट को 2 से मल्टीप्लाई करना है, एमआर को नाइट्रोजन डाइऑक्साइड 4 से मल्टीप्लाई करना है, ऑक्सीजन को 1 से करना है. So make sure you put the numbers in correctly.
Okay, sir. B, calcium.
P, calcium. Sounds fine. इसे जरूर चेक कीजिएगा at the end of this whole exercise, but it sounds more correct to me. Remember, I've done it mentally and not with the help of a calculator, so I might be wrong.
Okay,
Okay.
sir.
All right. 52. Can I erase it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, 52.
Quantities of magnesium carbonate and strontium carbonate are separately heated to bring about complete thermal decomposition. The minimum temperature for this to occur is called T. The core residues are separately added to equal volumes of water, and the change in pH is measured. The change in pH is called delta pH. Which metal has the higher value of T and the greater value of pH? Delta pH. The minimum temperature is called thermal decomposition decreases down the curve. With the minimum temperature for this to occur is called T. Yes, sir. So thermal decomposition decreases down the group. So सबसे कम जो होगी वो strontium की होगी. Minimum temperature for this to occur for TD. The cold residues are separately added to equal volumes of water, and the change in pH is measured. Change in pH is measured. Which metal has higher level? Cold residues are added. Cold residues. मीडियम का फ्लो रिएक्शन होगा. C.
I can hardly hear you.
C.
No. Let me give you an idea that for delta pH, the correct answer would be strontium. So it's either B or D. It can't be C.
D.
D. Okay. One thing that you were wrong at when you were thinking out loud is that the temperature increases down the group with thermal decomposition of carbonate. Remember, it's easier to decompose magnesium carbonate than it is to strontium carbonate. Okay. The rest is fine. Okay, 53.
When magnesium nitrate is heated
Oh,
with
that's
3.
too easy, right?
Yes.
Because you're gonna easily tell me, 2 plus oxygen plus water vapor. So you already know this is D. So 54.
Which property of beryllium and its compound is typical of the elements below it? It Beryllium does not react with hot water. PeCl2 is covalent. Beryllium nitrate produces beryllium oxide through decomposition, and beryllium oxide dissolves above freeze. Which property of beryllium compound is typical of the elements below it in group 2? Does not react with hot water, is covalent, reduces mu. C.
C. Very good. C is right. 55. And again, this is a repeated MCQ.
Which property of group 2 elements beryllium to barium decreases with increasing atomic number? Atomic number increases. Decreases Which property decreases? Reactivity with water. Second, ionization energy usually decreases. Solubility of hydroxides increases. Stability of carbonates also increases, I guess. Reactivity with water. Reactivity with water increases. Second, ionization energy B.
Second ionization energy, correct. Okay. Too easy. 56 seems too easy. You'd easily be able to tell that they're all correct. So no on this. Again, too easy. We have been discussing products for so long. You will easily be able to tell the answer of 57. Okay, for yeah, let's go with 58 because you may have doubts for 58.
Which oxides, when placed in cold water for 1 day, will react with water? Which oxides, when placed in cold water for 1 day, will react? Magnesium oxide, nickel, hopefully. Am2O3 and SiO2. SiO2. Which oxides, when placed in cold water for 1 day, will react with the water? One correct नहीं है. So A, B, C, A, B, D correct नहीं है. C?
Actually, one is the only one that is correct. So D is the correct option. Magnesium oxide can react with water and produces magnesium hydroxide. However, aluminum oxide and silicon dioxide not react with water, cold water whatsoever.
Yes, sir.
D. Okay, so 59 is too easy. 60 is too easy. 61. Let's go with 61. Although this
Which
is also
reaction?
easy, but this is going to give you a little bit of doubt.
Which reaction was can be used to make a pure sample of barium sulfate? Barium metal, heat and oxygen product, dilute HCl product 2, dilute H2SO4 product 3, filter wash and dry. Then barium nitrate, heat and strong air, solid product, barium nitrate because of barium oxide. Solid product, and then with excess water, barium hydroxide, and then dilute acid, barium sulfate. Wash, filter wash as well. And then barium hydroxide dilute HNO3 product, dilute H2SO4 product 2. Dilute HCl, barium metal, heating oxygen will form barium oxide, and barium oxide with HCl will form barium chloride, and then with sulfuric acid it will form barium sulfate. Filter wash and dry. Dilute HNO3. Already aqueous with barium hydroxide. If dilute, Sir, what's with this dilute? Because I don't get it.
Sorry, what do you not get?
I don't get कि dilute क्यों लिखा हुआ है?
क्या आपको समझ आ जाए? Because concentrated might give you a different product. But here the point is not dilute or concentrated. Here the point is that is it going to form the right products? So I would suggest not to confuse yourself with dilute or concentrated. So just simply try to see whether it is going to form the right product or not.
Barium
Conditions
hydroxide.
is not what is important over here. What's important is that are you getting the right product?
Barium hydroxide with HNO3. Barium nitrate with strong heat of strong air gives us a solid product. Barium oxide, it's not a solid product. D.
Actually, A. Let's clarify. And I'm going to use a different color for the ease of understanding. This is going to give you barium oxide. This is going to give you barium chloride. This is finally going to give you barium sulfate. You can filter wash and dry since that's a precipitate. Okay, this is going to give you barium oxide, and yes, barium oxide is the solid product. Here's where you were wrong about it. And it's going to give you then barium hydroxide upon excess of water, and it's going to give you barium sulfate, finally precipitate, filter, wash, and dry. Now, the next one is going to give you barium nitrate, but upon reaction with sulfuric acid is going to give you barium sulfate, and then filter, wash, and dry. Remember, this dilute H2SO4 reaction, in the case of the last reaction, is a displacement reaction. Barium is going to displace hydrogen, being more reactive.
Okay, sir.
So the point was not in the conditions, though that's a part of it, but not the major part of it. The point is, are you going towards the right products in the right direction? So A is the correct answer over here, since all three of them are correct. Since all three of them at the end of the day are producing the white solid barium sulfate in the form of precipitate, which you can later filter, wash, and dry.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so there you go. I think we should wind it up over here.